All right, what's going on, everyone? Willis Gaming here. We are back again with another Borderlands 3 video. So in this video, guys, I wanted to go over my flak build, which I've been using. A lot of people have been asking me what my skill trees are, what I'm using, how I'm doing so much damage. Yeah, in this video, we're just going to be explaining the, I guess, talent tree route I took. And yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, I post pretty much a Borderlands 3 video every single day. So if you want to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, it would mean a lot. Just scroll down, hit that like button. It really does help the video out. And yeah, with that being said, let's just jump straight into it. So obviously I'm playing as Flak, the Beastmaster. Pretty much I'm sure 90% of the population of Borderlands is playing Flak. So yeah, I just thought he was cool. I like the fact that you can have a pet just follow you around, revive you. Really, really good, especially if you're a solo player. I don't really have many friends that play Borderlands, so it's good to just have like a pet that does a ton of damage with you. But yeah, let's just jump in. So I guess the build focuses around rate of fire, just high weapon damage, and I guess just a few bonuses, which I'll go into in a minute. So obviously you want to start off with the green tree, the Stalker tree. You want to obviously get the Jabba sidekick, the fadeaway. If you didn't know how this works, essentially, you go invisible and the next 3 shots will have increased critical hit and do a ton of damage. So it's really good. This is extremely good for shotguns. So if you have a shotgun, this is really, really good. So starting off, you want to put your first 5 points into Furious Attack. Oh, before I begin as well, I'm level 50, so I have 50 points. So if you're not level 50 and you can't get some of these, I guess, perks, you may not be max level here. So you just need to wait until maybe you're level 50 to do this build. You can kind of do half of it if you're like level 30 or 40, but I would wait to be level 50 if you want to fully max out this build. So anyway, put 5 points into Furious Attack. This essentially makes it so whenever you shoot an enemy, you'll gain a stack of this, and pretty much each stack will give you 2% gun damage, 4% handling, and this stacks up to 5 times. So pretty much after every shot you take, you do increased damage. So it's really, really handy for doing that raw damage. So yeah, moving down further, we've got Eager to Impress. You want to put 5 points in that. So whenever you kill an enemy, you'll get reduced action skill cooldown. And whenever your pet kills an enemy, you get even more reduced cooldown. And the attack command's cooldown is also refreshed as well. So when you want to target an enemy for your pet to go attack, that gets reduced. So it's really, really good. This is probably my favorite thing out of the whole thing, is increased rate of fire. I love rate of fire. Most of my guns revolve around assault rifles, SMGs, pistols. So this is extremely, extremely good. So with this, you gained increased fire rate, and you get even more fire rate after reloading. With 5 points in this, I get 10% overall increased fire rate. And after I reload, I get 10% more fire rate. So essentially you have 20% fire rate after reloading. Super, super good. Further down, we've obviously got Lick the Wounds. This is just essential to have as Flak, especially if you're a solo player. Pretty much it just lets you, so if you go down, your pet can revive you. If you don't have this, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, because this is just extremely good. If you just want a quick revive, everyone's going to die eventually, and it's kind of handy to have like a free revive around if you're not playing with friends. But yeah, next we have Turn, Tail, and Run. Make sure you put 3 points into this. So pretty much while you're moving, you will regenerate health and you'll gain damage reduction. And this is extremely good when you stand still. You gain increased gun damage and you gain increased fire rate. So even more fire rate and even more damage. It is kind of a bit tricky to get used to just standing still when you want a DPS. But if you stand still, like if you're going to go for a snipe or something, you'll get increased fire rate and increased gun damage. Super good. Moving down further, we have the Fast and the Furious. So while you're above half health, you get increased gun damage and increased movement speed. So as long as you have more than half health, you're going to be doing 33% more damage and you're going to gain 13% more movement speed. Really, really insane talent. Definitely a must. And then moving down right to the bottom here, you want to make sure you're using Unblinking Eye. So what this does is every time you hit the same enemy, it increases your critical damage. And this is 75% critical hit damage per hit. So this is insane. Also, make sure you put on Gorillas in the Mist. I forgot to mention that. So pretty much the fadeaway ability, when this ends, you still get the benefits. So you still get critical hit damage. And this will last for 8 seconds after this runs out. So this is super good. I love it. So moving on to the other tree where we're going to throw, I guess, our other points. we're going to put on Persistent Hunter. So this just increases your gun damage and action skill duration, and you get 12% gun damage just from leveling up this 3 times. Over to the right here, we have Go for the Eyes. So when your pet attacks an enemy, the first melee attack is an automatic critical hit, and it does increase damage. So it just gives our pet a bit more damage when we're starting the fight. His first hit will be a critical hit, so that's really, really good. So moving on to the hunter tree, we've got a lot of points in here. So yeah, let's go over that. So starting up, we have Interplanetary Stalker. So whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain a stack of Interplanetary Stalker. And for each stack of this buff, you pretty much gain a bonus to all damage dealt. So this gives you 10% increased damage per stack, pretty much increased damage to robots, humans, beasts, pretty much all types of enemies. You'll get an increased buff. And this is super good, obviously, because this is a raw damage just for our weapons build. And this stacks up to 3 times. So essentially, you have 30% increased damage whenever you kill an enemy. Insane. I love this. And then here we're going to put 2 points into Second Intention. So once again, whenever I kill an enemy, this will give you increased reload speed. And this bonus is increased if you score a critical hit. So overall, this gives us 6% reload speed. And if we get a critical hit, it'll give us 11% reload speed. Awesome. Moving down, we have head count. So whenever you score a critical hit, there is a chance your action skill cooldown is reduced. And this will give you a 30% chance to reduce it. And it'll reduce the time by 2 seconds. Really, really good. Further down, we have 2 Fang. So this will give me a chance to fire a extra projectile. You want to put 5 points into this. I'll explain why there's 7 in there in a minute. But pretty much, yeah, this will give you a 35% chance to fire an extra bullet. Especially if you have a high rate of fire build, firing an extra bullet makes your mag drain so quick. And you can just pump out insane DPS. So further down here, we're going to go with the most dangerous game. So whenever I kill a badass or stronger enemy, I will get 17% increased gun damage and a bunch of other bonus. It also gives you a bunch of cash on kills. So whenever you kill badasses, you're going to be getting a lot of cash. Super handy skill to have. Over to the right here, we're going to put 3 points in Big Game. So Flak's hunter skills become much more effective and have a longer duration. So you have 100% increased duration on your abilities, and your skill effects have plus 30%. Really good. And then down here we have Galactic Shadow. So Flak deals increased critical hit damage and enemies are less likely to attack him. And then finishing up right here, we have Grim Harvest. This gives you increased gun damage and increased action skill damage. So once again, we are increasing our gun damage by 12%. Insanity. And then moving over to my Guardian rank skill tree, or whatever you want to call it, I've just put most of my stuff into gun damage, gunfire rate, critical hit damage, and then any spare things I've just tossed it into luck, just for extra loot rewards and stuff like that. Other than that, I guess I should show you what weapons I'm using. I guess you can't really match the weapons because it's all RNG, but obviously the artifact I'm using gives me 12% luck, which is the only reason I'm using it. This is my class mod, so this is why I actually have extra bonuses in certain stuff. So here you can see it's giving me in my blue tree, my orange tree, and my green tree. So this just gives me just a bit extra stuff, which is really handy. And this is actually a really good class mod because it gives me 13% increased weapon fire rate, and it obviously lets me do 35% additional damage against enemies above 75% health. This is actually a really insane class mod. I love it. And then my weapons, I'm using a corrosive AR, a radioactive AR, a fire AR, and a shotgun, which is insane. I kind of want to go over this in another video just because all of these guns are insane. So yeah, I'm using a transformer, shield, and Moxie's bouncing pair grenade. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more builds and stuff like that, leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. This has been Willis Gaming, and peace.